Hi, boys and girls. Welcome to Reading Workshop for today. So, I had a thought. I was thinking, wouldn't it be fun if we had nonfiction reading playdates? Now, I said nonfiction reading playdates because in this new bend of our unit, we are avid nonfiction readers. So I thought, why not have nonfiction reading playdates? But then I started to think, I need your help to help me think about what nonfiction readers might do on nonfiction reading playdates. So I have a question for you. What do you think nonfiction readers can do on nonfiction reading playdates? Think about that for a moment. Give me some ideas. If you have some in your head, say them to me right now, or say them to a friend next to you. What would nonfiction readers do on a nonfiction reading playdate? Let me think. Maybe it would help us to think about what we did on our story reading playdates when we were reading fiction stories. Do you remember what we did on those reading playdates? That's right. We played school, we played games, and we even played pretend. Do you think that that's something you can do on nonfiction reading playdates? It might be a little bit more tricky, but I think you can do it because you're avid nonfiction readers. So let's stop and first think about what we might do if on a nonfiction reading playdate we were playing school. Well, you can do a read aloud. We have read alouds in school, right? You can play school with your nonfiction book by doing a read aloud. And if you decided to do a read aloud, you would read your nonfiction book to somebody while they just listened. You would be the teacher. If you wanted to play school, you could also do shared reading. Shared reading is another type of reading we do in school. But if you did share reading, somebody would read the book with you. You would read it together at the same time. Do you think those are two things that we can do on a nonfiction reading playdate? I think so. Let's think about playing games. Oh, what kind of games could you play on a nonfiction reading playdate? You can hunt for snap words, right? You can play Guess What's Next. Guess What's Next means, remember, you read one page and then you and your partner have to guess what's going to happen next. What might you learn next in the book? That's cool, right? You can play Alphabet Pop It. There are still letters in nonfiction books. You can look at those letters and remind yourself and your partner what sounds those letters make. Oh, that's another thing you can do in a nonfiction reading play date. And we can't forget play pretend. That's my favorite. So in play pretend, we acted out our storybooks, right? And we used a lot of gestures. It was easy in a storybook, in a fiction storybook. Playing pretend might be a little bit harder in a nonfiction book. But I think you can do it because you're an avid nonfiction reader. If you're reading about animals, you can pretend to be the animal, right? You can act out what the animal might do. If you're reading about cars, make yourself a car. There's so many things you can do on a nonfiction reading play date. And if you need some ideas, you can look at the anchor chart that's on this slide to give you some ideas for a nonfiction reading play date. And to really challenge yourself, friends, I want you to invent a new thing, a new way to have fun with your nonfiction book, something you can do with a reading partner at home. That's so much fun that you want to add to the list of things you can do on a nonfiction reading play date. So remember, friends, we're reading nonfiction books. Those are learn about the world books that teach us about a topic. And when you read your nonfiction book today, have some fun with it and have a nonfiction reading play date with a reading partner at home. Okay, friends, happy reading and have fun on your nonfiction reading play date. Bye.